Welcome back to another episode of the Amateur Hour podcast. I'm joined today by Colin.
Hello.
My name's Jacob, and today we're going to be talking about the NBA. Specifically, we're going to look at the over-under projections on a betting's website, and we're going to decide if we would have taken the over or if we would take the under on the win total for the season. So we're going
It's going to be interesting.
alphabetical order by the city the team is in or the location for the team, and we'll just get immediately into it. We'll start with the Atlanta Hawks. The over-under.
They're an exciting team.
They are an exciting team. The over-under is 34.5. How do you feel about that, Cole?
Over,
I
absolutely.
wholeheartedly agree.
Over,
that is
absolutely.
an over. I don't know. Like, there's no way they're getting under 34.5.
No, and they have Trae Young. As we were recording this, Trae Young just went down with an injury. It is not said to be serious, but
They said
that could still
X-rays are negative, but like could be like
a sprain or something.
Yeah, a short amount of time.
So that could be like a few weeks, maybe. But anyways, I do think they're gonna get way more than that.
Like
they've got so much talent on this team and young talent who's ready to prove something. Right now, Cam Reddish hasn't been playing very, very well. I like what I've seen from Herter. Obviously, Trae Young is just going crazy.
Yeah,
putting back-to-back like 37-point nights. Trae Young's really
there's
exciting.
a lot of talent. Trae Young,
We have
John
talked
Collins.
about Trae Young a lot before, and John Collins. John Collins, we think, has
even
potential to be an all-star this year.
They picked up Evan Turner, who isn't awful. Like, it's good depth. Like, this is a,
yeah, he's not
like,
bad.
Don't be surprised to see this team in the playoffs.
Plus, Evan Turner's on the last year of a big contract. Get rid of him this year. Sign a big free agent this year. I think Atlanta's a really good market.
I don't know about like free just because they got to pay all these guys. They got 4 guys you need to pay.
That is true.
You got to pay Trae. You got to pay John Collins. You got to pay Reddish.
I'm saying if they, get in the 6th, 7th, 8th playoff spot this year, I think.
Oh, and
they would by no means want to keep.
You could give me a 40.5 and I'd take the over. Like I think they're getting more than 40 wins. Like it just.
I agree. I'd say somewhere around 40.
For me, that's how it's gonna be.
And in the East, you could get 42 wins and still make the playoffs. The Pistons went 42 and 40. And then they went like 41 and 41 or something, and they were the 8th seed in the playoffs. Like you can
last season
the playoffs going about
Pistons,
500.
The Pistons are 500 and they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like Atlanta's making the playoffs this year. I'm pretty confident.
I think there's a very strong case they'll make the playoffs.
30 teams to go through. We'll move on to the Boston Celtics. By the way, I'm on OddsShark right now. That's where I'm getting all these from. They have a nice little list to go off of. Boston Celtics. New looked Boston Celtics. They haven't, honestly, I've watched through the game. They haven't looked tremendous this season.
Yeah, Walker hasn't been too great.
Yeah, a big worry for Walker is that he can't be very good unless he gets the ball all the time.
Yeah, he had a really high usage rate in Charlotte, which you could say because the Hornets were just really bad.
Yeah,
but he's still gonna have a really high usage rate because he's like the main ball handler. Like they have Marcus Smart. The
over under is 48.5. They won 48.5. Last season, they did win 49 games.
I think under.
I would probably go the under. Honestly, I think it's going to be close, but I'm going to go with the under. Like, not by a lot, but
45, 46 maybe.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to exceed 48.5 in that one.
I think they'll make the 4th or
It's looking like
maybe 4th seed.
It's looking like Jason Tatum is going to have to turn into the one option on the Celtics.
They need him or Brown to explode this year.
And I don't fully see Tatum like exploding this season. I could see it in the future. But right now for Tatum, I think he's still got like some fundamental aspects to work on in his game.
Absolutely.
And
he takes dumb shots. Like he loves mid-range pull-ups, and they're really trying to steer him away from that.
I can see him improving, but I don't know if this year's going to be enough, especially Kemba. I mean, for Kemba, it's the first time he's had to play in a system offense. Maybe he's got to get used to that because with the Hornets,
he's got good players on his team.
But
now.
In the system offense, he's going to have to get used to that. So
I think they'll, start winning games. Like they haven't looked too good right now, but I think they'll start playing better.
They beat the Raptors.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll move on again. The Brooklyn Nets have a 43.5.
Oh,
that one's tough. They won 42 last year.
I'd say over 43.
I can see them in around the top 4 or 5 in the East. Maybe
I
6.
agree. I don't think that's
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
The one
Kyrie's going off right now.
Kyrie's going off,
Yeah.
but they're only 1 and 2. I mean, this is early, very early. 1 and 2 right now, but I mean, you've already seen like the personal baggage Kyrie Irving has.
Yeah.
And
I even
already it's there.
Already there's been reports that he's had like a few freakouts, and apparently when they were going to China, he had like a huge mood swing, and everyone was like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
He must have
Chill.
looked out the window and saw that the earth wasn't flat and had a spaz attack.
he's going crazy up in the plane. Holy. But yeah, like, Kyrie's gonna do his thing. Obviously the teammate issues have been kind of an issue in Boston. He's on a new team. He seems happy to be there. He's like he said he's happy to be home and playing. He's gonna.
I really like the Brooklyn team. I think they have a lot of good
I do too.
pieces. I think Karis LeVert's taking a jump. I keep talking about him. I think
Joe Harris has like the smoothest jumper.
Joe
ever.
Harris is just buttering that jump shot. There's good pieces. There's good pieces. And you know what? I'm gonna give them the over, but like again, I think that's a close one. I'm gonna give them the over though.
Yeah, me too.
Going on again, the Charlotte Hornets have a 23.5. Last season, the Charlotte Hornets won 39 games, but that was with Kemba Walker. Honestly, Cody Zeller is balling right now. Have you seen?
No.
Have you seen? He's averaging 16 points in the first 3 games. He's balling. Like
for his standards.
Like he put up more. I think he put up more than 20 points in their last game. Like he's going off by his standards.
Was that against the Lakers?
I think it was. But he's going off. I mean, that's low.
Okay, so that would make them what, 23 and
if they were to get 20, so
49?
it would be 23 and 59 or 22 and 60,
50.
like around there. Like they 23 and 59.
Honestly, I think that's that's fair. I don't know if I'm gonna pick
really
over or
bad.
under.
The
That's
East
fair.
is really bad though.
Yeah, but
This is a bad Eastern. Like, you've got the Wizards, you've got the Cavs, you've got the Knicks, who are all going to be really, really bad.
That is true.
Especially
That is
if
true.
the Cavs trade Kevin Love.
I didn't really think about that. That is true.
I honestly take the over on this because that's so low. That is so low.
But still, out of all those teams, I still don't think Charlotte has like a good team in that.
No, I don't.
In that group of
I'm
five.
not. But like, I
think they're like probably the worst or the second worst out of
I
those
think they
five.
can surpass 23.5 wins.
I'm gonna say that's fair.
You're gonna take the over as well.
No, I'm
gonna take the under.
Even.
It's 23.5.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
you
Okay,
half
I'll just
win.
say under. I'll say like 23 wins. That sounds fair to me.
Which is under. There you go.
All right, I'll go under.
The Chicago Bulls, 33.5 wins. That would put them, if they got 33 wins, that would put them at 33 and 49.
What did they do last year?
Last year, they were 22 and 60.
And this one's 33.5.
33.5. I take the over.
I agree. I'll take the over.
I
on
like
that
the
one.
Bulls this year. Markkanen's been playing well. Levine is playing well. Levine's going to get his superstar status this year.
Yeah, Levine we think is going to be an all-star this year.
Even Dunn isn't that bad of a backup. Like
Chris Dunn,
he's a steal machine.
He's serviceable. He kind of reminds me of like DeLon Wright. Like he'll come off the bench.
Good defense.
Good defensive guy. He can, make plays. He can shoot the occasional shot. But like, yeah.
He's really good on defense too. He gets
Markkanen's been playing well. I like the Bulls.
I can see.
I say
and
over.
Kobe White.
Kobe White
pretty
has looked pretty promising right now.
Like I like Kobe White a lot. I like what I saw in college when I watched him play.
He's quick for his size. Like he's 6'5". Like I don't
He's
know
a good
if
player.
he looks
I like
that big,
him. Move on again. The Cleveland Cavaliers, 24.5. Last year, the Cleveland Cavaliers were 19 and 63. I'm gonna take the under just because I think Kevin Love is not gonna play the entire season.
You think he'll get traded?
I think so. you got to rebuild. And Kevin Love is, can play as a big, as a 4,
Yep.
and he can stretch the floor for you. That is huge in the NBA right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have a 4 that can stretch. Like, that opens up a lot for your team on offense. And he's a decent defender.
I'll take the over on that.
The over 24?
Not by much.
All these look pretty close to me.
I'd say like 25, 26, 27. I don't know. Anywhere in that range. I'll take the over. Because I think Kevin Love will probably play the majority of the season for them. Like, he'll get traded at the trade deadline or something. Yeah. I agree that he will get traded. But their young pieces have been kind of balling, kind of not. Like, Sexton is okay right now. But yeah, that whole team is pretty much Kevin Love and like a little drizzle of Tristan Thompson.
I'm going to take the under. Just there's got to be some basement teams, and I think they're going to be one of them. Cleveland are under 24 for me. Next, the Dallas Mavericks. This is tough. 40.5.
Oh.
So 41 and 41 would be the record if they're over. 40, 42. That's close. That is close.
Oh.
I honestly am going to take the under. I think they're going to be just under that. Not quite in the...
I agree.
Like...
In the West?
Not quite, but...
In the West, I think they'll... Because the 8th seed in the West normally needs like 45
You needed
wins,
48 last year to make the
48 wins, yeah. I don't think they're going to get that. Actually, no. I'll take the over on that.
You're going to take the over?
Yeah, I'll take the over on that.
That's tough. On that. I don't know.
I'll take the over on that.
No. Can't.
No?
Can't. No.
Can't?
Can't.
That's fair.
Hey,
that's fair. I love Doncic.
Next, Denver Nuggets, 52.5. Immediately over for me. Immediately. They won 54 last year. I can see them getting better. I can see them potentially winning the West. They're a top 3 in the West for me. I can see them winning the West, though. Anywhere in that top 3 for me.
Oh, this one's tough. Wait, what's the number again?
52.5.
Okay. I will also take the over. I agree with the points you were making. That was a really tough decision. I do think the West is really loaded, but they have probably the deepest team.
They have the deepest team in the
Probably
NBA.
the deepest
they
team.
They have the deepest team. I said this.
They've got a lot of good players.
I said this in another podcast. They have the deepest team. They have the best, like, full-length roster. Like, you want to talk about a playoff depth? LA's got the best. Like, the 8-man. But Denver the best, like, 10-man.
And they run a lot of guys. I haven't really looked at Michael Porter Jr. as much, but they've got Jokic, Porter Jr., Murray, Millsap, Harris, Grant, Barton, Hernan Gomez, Plumlee, Beasley, Monte Morris, Torrey Craig, Jared Vanderbilt. They've played all those guys, and all those guys have played well.
That's what I'm saying. This is the deepest roster. That is definitely the deepest roster,
That was like
man.
12 people.
They were really good last year. They won 54 games last year. They're second in the West. They didn't change much, and they added Michael Porter Jr.
And I don't think Bol Bol is going to play this year, but they added Michael Porter Jr., which is huge.
I mean,
it's funny.
He's not injured anymore.
Injuries can sometimes bless a team. You know what I mean? Like, we were talking about San Francisco. Was I talking about...
Yeah,
I was saying how San Francisco got... like,
Jimmy, you're the 49ers.
Yeah. How the 49ers, they kind of almost perfectly timed... Like, obviously, they didn't want the Garoppolo injury to happen last year, but it happened. And they kind of sucked and were able to bolster their defense by adding Nick Bosa. And now they're
Nick Bosa, who they drafted early on in the draft.
Yeah, exactly.
And they only had that pick because Jimmy G was injured and they could get a lower seed.
Exactly. And same with this thing.
I mean, Denver came second last year in the West.
I know, but still, like, it's kind of nice how, okay, we're this really good team. We're probably going to win the West. Now let's add another piece to this loaded roster.
Yeah. Over for me. Like, I'm very confident about the over on that one. Next, Detroit Pistons, 37.5.
Over.
Ooh.
Over.
Last year they were 500, 41-41.
Over, 100%.
Ooh. This isn't a good roster. It's not a great roster.
No, it's not. But they're gonna get Blake Griffin back. Derrick Rose has looked
But
really
they're
good so
gonna
far.
get Blake Griffin back for how long before he's
That
out
is
again?
true. That is true.
The offense, there's not a ton of threat offensively. Like, not a ton of threat. It's a good defensive team, but not great on offense.
I say over. I like Drummond. I like Rose.
I kind of roasted them at 37.5 is low for them.
I immediately said over.
I don't know.
I think they can challenge for
I'm
the
roasting
eighth
them.
seed.
I honestly kind of lean towards the over just because that's a low bet. 37.5.
Immediately over for me.
I can see it. Yeah. I'm going to do it, even though I kind of shitted on them there.
I like Dwayne Casey as their coach. I'm just gonna throw that
I
out
don't
there.
want to talk about Dwayne Casey. Golden State Warriors. 48.5 wins. It's a no for me. It's a no for me. They were
This is kind of gonna.
bad. They've been bad.
If
really
you guys
bad.
listened to the earlier podcast, I said that I thought the Warriors are gonna be really good this year.
I did.
I didn't
That was
think
a
they would
while
be a
ago.
high
That
seed.
was a while ago.
I didn't think they'd be a high seed, but I thought they'd go deep in the
I
playoffs.
said in the first ever Amateur Hour podcast, episode 1, I said 5th seed. Then, when I did an episode with Roman, we did the Klay Thompson Golden State episode. I forgot the exact number of that episode. But that was about a week ago. I said they're a 6th, maybe 7th seed. I no longer think that. And I'm sorry for continuously changing my opinion, but I have seen what they have. This is really bad. Like, really bad. And they don't look like they're going to make the playoffs. They got blown out by the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, they Steph Curry has not really been that efficient. D'Lo has hit a few big shots.
He's shooting 20% from 3, I think.
But they have a G League bench. It's really all that is. They've got Jacob.
They have some
Evans
G
coming.
League starters,
Yeah,
almost.
that's what I'm saying.
They have some guys who should be the 8th or 9th guy in the rotation who are starting. It's like the Wizards. The Wizards, I mean, we'll get there. But
Oh my goodness.
we'll get there. I think they're last.
Yeah. I said that the Warriors would be like a mid-table playoff team. But I said they'd go deep because of their experience. I still do think.
Whoa. You think they're going to have a deep playoff run? Describe deep.
Man, it's Steph Curry, and I know they haven't looked good right
And
now.
Draymond Green and
But man, this
Glenn
is
Robinson the
okay.
third.
But this is the championship team.
and
This is the
Jacob
Hall of Fame
Evans.
coach. Steve Kerr's gonna go in the Hall of Fame. I think they will still.
Do you think because Steve Kerr can no longer run the system he's run for 5 years, do you think that he is a good enough coach to change his coaching philosophy, his coaching system to cater to the team he's on?
I think he's gonna have to. Obviously, he doesn't have the pieces that.
Do you think he I think he will. Do you think he's going to be able to coach the team effectively in a new style of play, a new system on offense?
I do.
I'm not sold.
That's okay.
Frankly, they're not going to start well. They're going to panic and offload D'Angelo Russell. That's what I think. I said it in the
You think
other
they're gonna
episode.
rebuild?
No, I don't. But I think D'Angelo Russell, if it's not going well, he's gone.
What do you think they need then? Like a big,
Not a big.
another dynamic scorer.
They need a guy who can
Kevin
play.
Durant.
They need a guy who can play better perimeter defense first of all, or better defense.
Yeah, their
period.
defense has been atrocious.
That
I'll
better
say
than,
that.
they need somebody better than D'Angelo Russell. Once Clay is back, you can maybe write off this season, get yourself a big, like Kevon Looney's not going to cut it. Cauley Stein, you could get better.
Mm-hmm.
You got Clay and you got Steph. You got an incredible backcourt. You right off this year if you're struggling, trade deloading. You got those two. You got Draymond, and then you can look for another piece somewhere else.
What do you think a potential trade for D'Lo could be if they were to trade him?
Really, it's really tough to say. Like, you got to think about the teams that
You want to know what I was thinking?
the suitors for him.
Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton. What do you do with Eric Bledsoe?
I think they need another scorer on that team.
Uh,
They're back. like Bledsoe is not.
I guess you know what
And Middleton would help with their defense. I have talked shit about Middleton. I said he's underrated, but he's still a good player.
You know what? That's actually not bad.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not bad.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, the Bucks, they lost Brogdon. Bledsoe's not a scoring guard. You get deloading playing the off guard to Eric Bledsoe.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that working.
I thought of that right now. I think it's good.
I could see that. I could see that working.
Yeah.
Chris Middleton and D'Angelo Russell on fresh contracts. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I could see it. That's actually a good comparison. I like that. Good
Next.
comparison. Next. Honestly, another one, Minnesota. I think Minnesota could use a guy like deloading. Especially he'd be
Wiggins and
definitely
like
open.
Culver or something.
He'd definitely be
I don't
open to playing with Cat. I think.
Oh yeah, he would.
I think deloading, that's possible.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough about them. We'll move on. Houston, 53.5. Immediately under. They're not getting that many wins.
I agree.
They only won 53 last year. I think it's going to take... Harden is shooting like every time the ball touches his hands. He's offloading a shot right now.
His efficiency has been piss poor.
To say the least.
Poor.
To say the least. The under. It's going to take a while to get that team to gel.
I agree.
And the probability of a personal problem, like personnel problem in terms of chemistry, like maybe not now, but occurring at some point, very high.
I agree.
Very high.
I agree. I think they need to maybe add another piece if they want to really compete.
Yeah.
I don't really know what they would add. They don't really have much to trade. Maybe Clint Capella, but then you don't really have a big.
Yeah. No, they gotta keep Clint. I think Clint fits like the system they got. He just played with Harden for a while. They know how to play with each other. I think that's.
I just thought of this trade. I want to hear what you think. Clint Capella for Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol would open so many playmaking abilities for them.
I don't think he used to do that.
No?
No, I don't.
Not
at all. No.
Actually, now that I think of it, the style that they run wouldn't be good for him. He would just be running up and down the court.
Yeah. And
now that I think of it, because
even,
they will try to run plays for him, but ultimately they're going to go to the ISO.
Talent-wise,
yeah, that was
even
stupid.
talent-wise, I don't think that makes sense. Anyways, no worries. We'll move on. Indiana Pacers, 46.5 wins. Definitely
46.5?
Definitely over.
Really?
They won 48 last year. They're going to be better this year. They're going to get Oladipo back. They bolstered with Brogdon and TJ Warren.
I think people are like heavy sleeping on the Pacers.
I am not shutting up about TJ Warren in the last couple of weeks. TJ Warren, Malcolm Brogdon was 50, 40, 90. Victor Oladipo is going to be back. You've got Domantas Sabonis, who I keep hyping up, and you've hyped up.
Miles Turner, who we've also
continuously been hyping up. That team's going over 46.5.
TJ Warren.
I said, you did. Over 46.5. Like, I cannot see other than that. It's gotta be.
Yeah,
they're gonna challenge for top 4 seed.
I agree.
I agree. Great team.
When is Oladipo coming back? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure. Los Angeles Clippers, 53.5.
Over.
I will wager the over.
Over.
The
Clippers are the real deal.
Not much needs to be said about the Clippers. I mean, they have I just talked about them having the deepest playoff roster. I mean, but I know that, but it's also one of the deepest in the NBA. It's just the Nuggets have absolutely one.
It's like Denver Clippers there. It's close.
And Kawhi is MVP favorite right now, if you ask me.
What, 4 games in?
Yeah,
I'll wait like 20.
Right now, if you had to go right now, I'd say Kawhi the way he's playing.
But I want to see some more games first.
Next, the other Los Angeles team, the Lakers, 50.5. The way they're playing, it's tough to give them that.
I'm gonna say over as well.
The way they're playing, it's tough to give them that.
I'm gonna say over.
I want to talk about LeBron for a second.
Okay.
Because I love LeBron.
I love LeBron.
And
I grew up having LeBron shit on me again and again and again.
It makes me really sad watching LeBron play right now because
he looks so passive.
He's being passive. He's not being aggressive when he gets the ball.
Man, he's not attacking.
I think he went into halftime in his last game without a point. He got 20, but he went into halftime without any.
Yeah.
It's making me sad.
It doesn't look like
he's my MVP favorite.
Do you think he's trying to conserve his body?
I don't know.
I wouldn't.
You know what? You know what? No, I don't
wouldn't
know.
put it against him.
I don't know. Maybe I have no idea what's going on. It's baffling. I don't know what's going on.
It could also be the fact that he's trying to incorporate his teammates into the offense because he's gotten so much criticism of being like super ball dominant, but like he makes his teammates better. But like I think he wants to get his teammates involved as much as he can and kind of.
I don't know. Maybe he's old. I don't know. I actually don't know. I have no idea. I don't think it's age because you saw him last year.
Man, we've said this. He's got something to prove.
And he's
this
got
season.
rest. He's got rest. He's got something to prove. I don't know what it is. I'm lost. I can't explain this. I don't know. I hope he picks it up.
So are you saying over or under?
I'll go over.
Okay.
Next, Memphis Grizzlies, 26.5. I'm gonna give them the over. That's really low.
I will also give him the over.
That's really low.
I'll also
I
give
like
him the
Ja
over.
Morant a lot. I think he's gonna be the rookie of the year. I like that. I like him going.
So
over.
far, I give it to Ja.
No, there's that guy on Miami. What's his name?
Tyler Hero.
No. Not
Kendrick Nunn.
Yes.
He's
Right?
actually been. He's
balling.
starting over Dragic, which is
He's-
really interesting.
Yeah, he's balling right now.
Yeah, undrafted guy too.
Straight balling right now.
Maybe another Fred VanVleet.
Speaking of Miami, 43.5. They're next.
Did we even? Oh, I didn't even give my thing for the Grizzlies.
Oh,
What was it again?
26.5.
I'll go over, but not by much. But not by much.
I'm going over.
Not by
Miami,
much.
43.5. They'd be 44 and 38. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Over?
Yeah.
They
haven't even played
yeah,
with Jim.
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
Butler hasn't even played with them yet.
He's playing right now.
Oh, is his first game
As
back?
we record, he's
Oh,
playing.
I didn't know that. Well, this is his first game back. But they got Jimmy Butler.
I'll give him the over. Yeah.
I have hyped up Bam. Hero's looking good. Nunn's looking good. They got
Heroes
Winslow.
put up 19 points in the second quarter today.
Yeah. He's like an icy hot kind
Can
of
you
guy.
process what I just told you?
19 points in the second quarter.
Only in the second quarter.
Yeah. That's insane. I was talking about him earlier too. I think over. Wait, what was it? 43?
43.5.
Over easy.
Next, the Milwaukee Bucks. They were the best in the NBA last year.
Did they have 60 wins?
They got 60 wins. The over-under is 57.5. I'll give them the over. It's gonna be tight.
Over because they're in the East.
'Cause they're in the East.
Over because they're in the East, yeah.
The East got worse. The West got better. Giannis is the MVP.
I still think the Bucks will get the 1 seed, but I think the 2 seed right behind will be Philly.
Yeah,
I'll give him over. Yeah.
Next, the Minnesota Timberwolves, 35.5. That's low, man.
You think that's low?
The way Cat's playing.
It's 4 games
I know.
in. It's 4 games in.
Cat's going crazy. Go crazy right now.
That is true.
That is low. That's a low number. They only got 36 last year, but it's a
I'm gonna
tough
say
conference.
under. I'm gonna say under. I don't think it's going for the Wolves, man.
I'm gonna give it them. I'm gonna give it.
I'm gonna go. Over.
I'm gonna give it.
Under. Sorry.
Move on. The New Orleans Pelicans, 39.5. That's a new team. Doesn't really matter how they did it last year. That's a brand new team.
That is a brand new team. 39.5. Zion's gonna be back in 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
That's tough. That is tough. I'm gonna go under.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go under.
I don't want to, but I kind of think they will.
Yeah, you got to go under. There
Lonzo-
are too many better teams in the West.
I mean, Brandon Ingram though, he's early candidate for MIP the way he's playing. Like, Ingram's been great, and I watched a couple of games from the Pelicans. He looks good. He looks.
Ingram
really
has
good.
been looking
He's
good.
hitting his shots like.
Lonzo's been looking better than
He's
he did.
been like
in the
Ingram's
Lakers,
been
too.
tough to guard.
And they're gonna get Zion.
They got
back.
JJ. JJ Redick is formidable.
I think he's gonna lose his
Off the
playoff
bench.
streak this year.
I think so too.
Unfortunately,
Man, I don't know on this one. This is tough. This is really tough.
yeah.
I'm gonna give them over. I
I'm
even
going
like
under.
I could see him winning 40 games, like
I'm
getting
going-
just over.
I'm
That's
still
tough.
going under. I love Zion, and when he comes back, he's gonna be great. But I don't know about his health anymore, man.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
don't know.
I don't know. Oh,
He
I'm
might
gonna
just,
give it to
he
him.
might
I'm
just
gonna
need
give
to sit out for like a week at some point and be like just chill with his body. Like he's got to take care of that thing. And I think they're gonna take They're gonna baby him. I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. We'll move on. New York Knicks 26.5
Over.
under. Whoa, you're going over.
Over.
I had no hesitation going under.
Over.
Why do you think they're gonna be over?
RJ.
Why are you sold on RJ? Because
I love
I'm
RJ.
frankly
He's been
not.
playing really well.
I'm not fully.
RJ's been playing really well in the first few games.
I'm not completely sold on him at the NBA level yet.
Okay,
He will be.
okay, well, what was the number?
He will be star.
What was the number?
26.5.
You know, that's low, man. I'll say like 29, 30. 29 or 30.
You
for the
think
Knicks.
they only won 17 last year?
Yeah, but they've got a bunch of like decent NBA-ish players around them. They've got a better team than the Cavs. They have a better team than the Hornets. They have a better team than. What else am I thinking of?
Like bad teams in the East.
Yeah.
You got the Wizards.
Yeah, they're
Better
better
than
than
the
the
Wizards. I don't see it, man.
I say over.
No,
Shout out RJ.
not for me. Anyways, next on the list, OKC 32.5. I
say over.
I can give it to them.
I say
I
over.
can give it to
Shy's
them.
been looking really good.
Shy-
Shy and Chris Paul. have
Shy's
been
another
looking
early
really
MIP candidate.
good. Yeah, Shy's really good
Chris
right
Paul, nothing needs to be said.
And
Still
they've
a
got
good player.
some young pieces around that team. I think.
Gallinari's not a scrub.
Gallinari's not a scrub.
He's a very good player.
No.
Steven Adams,
yeah.
he's also a very good player.
Steven Adams is a serviceable NBA player. Like,
I'll give him over. Give him the over. Next, the Orlando Magic 41.5. I'm gonna give him under. It's gonna be close, but I'm gonna give them the under.
I'm also going to give him the under.
Valentine
give
is
him the
arguably
under.
the worst starting point guard in the NBA.
Denzel Valentine. Isn't he on the Bulls?
No, maybe not. Is it DJ Valentine?
DJ Augustine.
Is it Augustine?
DJ Augustine.
Why am I mixing? Is he the point guard?
He's their point
Why am
guard.
I mixing him up?
I don't know. DJ Augustine is their starting point guard.
Oh my god. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Arguably worst starting point guard
Yeah.
in the NBA.
I think he's still a decent player, but I don't think he's starter. Yeah. I think they need to
Can you name a worse starting point guard other than JJ Barea? Arguably.
JJ Barea, they haven't played at all this season.
So it becomes thus.
Maybe Jalen Brunson.
Well, you could. Yeah.
He's like a second year guy. I don't.
See.
Who's starting for the Bulls right now? Is it Satoransky?
Oof,
Or is
I
it?
don't know.
or is
Actually, I don't
it-
know. Okay.
It's done.
I don't know. I think he's worse than Dunn. I don't know.
Who's starting? Ish Smith is starting for the Wizards. I think he's better than
Oh,
Ish
you know
Smith.
what? Yeah,
He's
it's
better
Ish
than
Smith.
Ish
It's Ish Smith. It's Ish Smith. You're right.
It's better
You're
than
right.
Ish
You're right.
Smith.
It's Ish Smith. Okay. Next, the Philadelphia 76ers 54.5.
I say over.
Yeah, I can give him the over.
That's an easy one for me. I think Embiid is going to be a wild card for MVP this year. Simmons is only getting better. Simmons is a straight hooper even without being able to shoot the ball.
It's actually like
It's-
it's mesmerizing watching Ben
It's
Simmons play
gross, man.
basketball.
He's huge and he's just crazy athletic. It's insane. And he can't even shoot yet.
Yeah.
And that's why I say I like Simmons more than Giannis. Like, Simmons, like,
Whoa.
we had a conversation about if you had to pick one player. Remember that podcast?
Yeah.
I said Simmons over Giannis. And you guys kind of gave it to me a little bit. And I'm sticking by that. I would definitely take Simmons over Giannis.
Next, the Phoenix Suns 29.5. This is where I give them the under.
29.5. I
And
agree.
it comes a lot down to DeAndre Ayton. He's going to miss, right now, it's 25 games.
Yeah.
And even though they just spanked the LA Clippers,
That was like a
It's a fluke.
That was a blue.
Aaron Baines and Ricky Rubio will not get it done.
No.
Kelly Oubre's been hooping, but he won't
Kelly
keep that
Oubre's
up.
not bad.
He won't keep
Booker's
that up.
gonna do his thing, obviously.
Booker's gonna do his thing, but
I think Booker needs
I'm gonna go
to
under.
get the hell out of there.
Yeah,
I
he
agree.
does. Under. Portland Trailblazers 46.5 wins. That's another toughie. They won
I say
53
over.
last year.
I say over.
I'm gonna give them the over.
I
I think they'll win at least 50.
They're gonna get Nurkic back later.
I think they'll win at least 50.
Yeah. I say over for the Trailblazers.
Sacramento Kings 37.5.
As of right now, under. As of right now,
under. But just because I've been talking big about them for a week straight,
Yeah,
I'll give
I
the
have
over.
been saying really good things about them too.
give them the over. Giving them the over.
No, I'm sticking with under.
The San Antonio Spurs 45.5. I'm straight up going to
Under.
go under. Yeah,
I say under as well.
it's pretty straightforward.
I think
Tough.
it'll be-
The West is tough, man.
the West is tough. I think it's close for. I think like 33.
Well, Marcus Aldridge declining. They're gonna have the MIP.
DeRozan's game is
DeJounte
kind of
Murray.
becoming obsolete a little bit.
Yep.
I still love DeRozan. He's
So
yeah.
I'm under. Raptors 46.5. That's like
I think that's spot on.
I have
think
them
that's spot on.
just because I have them like 45 and 37. I'm gonna give them like it's spot
I
on.
think that's spot on.
It is.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them the under just because
I'll just give him the over because I love the Raptors.
I'm gonna give them the under because I think they're gonna win 45 or 46 games.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose.
OG's been playing really well.
the games. Yeah, hey,
OG
who
like
who
4
said
blocks.
he's a sleeper MIP pick?
You did.
I said that, right?
We'll see.
The Utah Jazz 53.5. As good as the Jazz are, that's high, and I'm going under on that.
53 points.
As good as they are, that's a lot.
I'm gonna go.
especially in the West.
I think they'll get like 50 wins.
Yeah.
I think they'll get 50.
High 40s, low 50s, but not 53.5 plus.
Yeah. Under.
Finally, the last team,
The Wizards.
the Washington Wizards at 26.5. If you bet over that, you're delusional. They are
Under.
the worst team in the NBA.
They are not good.
That is an absolutely laughable roster. They have 3 guys starting who should be the 9 or 10 man in the rotation.
Listen.
Ish Smith is starting.
They've Isaiah Thomas, Mo Wagner, Ian Mahimi, Thomas Bryant, Davis Bertans, Ish
Oh.
Smith, Troy Brown, CJ Miles.
Oh,
That team is not good. That team is not
no. Oh,
Under.
no.
good. Under.
I think they'll be under 20.
And without John Wall.
I don't think they're gonna win 20 games.
John Wall
I
might not even play this season.
I don't care about Rui Hachimura. I don't care about Bradley Beal. I don't think they're gonna win 20 games. I don't think they're gonna get 20.
The Wizards suck.
They're gonna be the worst team in the NBA, in my opinion. And that wraps it up for this episode.
That was a good one.
I like that. You know, we can definitely
Yeah.
incorporate some other sports in this if you enjoyed. You know, just
Please,
give us a
yeah,
sport.
let us know.
We can do this with any sport. Said follow us at Amateur PDC Twitter and Instagram. Also on YouTube, Amateur
Yeah.
Sports on YouTube.
Yes.
We're posting every podcast from now on YouTube. Go check that out. Come back soon for more daily content.